few times already. So, a warm welcome to you all. Yes, welcome to my channel. You know with who? Abuse Insight with moi, Dalian Salmon, presenting you with my new theme, Healthy Insights. And I'm doing so with my sister, my best friend, and she's a registered general nurse practitioner here in the UK. And she's no other than Nurse Jackson. Nurse Jackson is the name I chose for her. I will reveal her original name later. Anywho, welcome to Healthy Insights. We believe that knowledge is power, and I believe you think the same. So, Healthy Insights is here to deliver real value to you guys because many of us are lacking information about the topics that we will be discussing here. Hence, myself alongside the professionals will intently provide you and guide you on your journey to a better health, healthier life, as we will do ourselves. Yeah. So we'll be discussing essential health tips, sharing valuable tips, and answering any burning questions that you guys have. From whether you want to do so on the live, you can, or if you are watching a replay, then you can leave your question in the comment section, or you can email it to us. You can find the email address in the channel description section. Yeah. All right, moving on. Before I dive into the topic, please allow me to invite Nurse Jackson to the platform. As I said before, she will not be showing her face just yet because she's shy, like shy in real life Jamaica talk. But bear with her, she will eventually. So I'm going to let her tell you in her own words why she decided to join me on this platform and a little bit about herself. So Nurse Jackson, I've got you on speaker. You want to try again? Say hello. And please, if you're not hearing her, wait a minute. Let me turn it up.
Everyone.
One second. Can you hear me? MTC, can you text in there if you are hearing clearly, Nurse Jackson? Nurse Jackson, go on.
Hi, everyone. Just want to say thanks to Dalian for allowing me to come onto her channel. And the reason for me agreeing to do this this segment or this series with her is because of my experience of dealing with so many of us who lack education and health literacy. And because of that, we have very poor outcomes or we experience early death. So I'm here just to educate and to make us far more aware and the importance of taking our health very seriously. And as Dalian has said, I've been a nurse for quite some time, and I've seen seen the really, really poor outcomes of us. And so I think without much talking about other stuff, we'll just get into the meat of the matter. So we're covering today diabetes, and there are two types. We've got type 1 and type 2. And the what really baffles me, and I don't really understand it, I try, but I've noticed patients will be diagnosed, and I mean, I'm talking mostly are Black Caribbean patients, yeah?
Yes.
Especially our men. They'll get a diagnosis that they're diabetic, and they'll say, oh, they're lying, they're trying to kill me off, these doctors don't know what they're saying, and they resort to herbal remedy, bush remedy, yeah?
Yes.
That's what they do. Or I need to drink up this herb. Or I need to drink up this combination of bush, and it will help me. They won't take the tablets. Their blood sugars will be high, and they'll still be in denial.
Yep.
And I'm just here to educate people that this is not something you can deny. This is something that you have to act upon. And if you've been diagnosed with diabetes, if you take all the information, because you will be informed about what you need to do. So they'll talk to you about losing weight, perhaps changing your diet, because I know we all love the ackee, the saltfish, the I know for African sisters and brothers, we like our fufu or with jollof rice, and it doesn't help.
It doesn't.
So when patients come into me and I said, so what is your diet like? What do you have for breakfast? What do you have for dinner? What do you have for lunch? Yeah,
Yep.
these people are eating rice for breakfast
Nope. Not doing anything good for their health, right?
and they're eating very late at night. So I'm here to educate you guys. When you've been diagnosed with diabetes, take it seriously. Take your medications. Take whatever is prescribed for you. Take your medications. If you take your medications and you start putting in the work, so if you're overweight, you need to lose the weight, you need to improve your diet. It's diabetes is a lifestyle disease. That's what it really is. It's all about lifestyle. I mean, type 1 is a different thing if your body isn't producing insulin. But if you're type 2, yeah, and even if you're type 1 and you're using insulin, once you can manage to keep your blood sugars within a the the normal range, which is 4 to 7, yeah, you want to maintain that blood sugar level range, because once your sugars get too high, if they're persistently high, you are at risk of damaging the nerves in your body.
Don't worry, nurse. You're gonna explain that to them later, as we go. So, what we're gonna do now,
Hmm.
before we dive into the topics, guys, let me tell you what the topic is titled. It's called Unmasking the Hidden Impact Diabetes and its Connection to Abuse. So, Nurse Jackson is going to do most of the talking. Yes. Starting right now, I want her to give us a brief overview of what this kind, this topic, why is this topic so important, and why is it relevant to you, the viewers that are watching. So, Nurse Jackson, I'm going to hand it back to you like a button immediately. Just explain us to us in brief. Yeah. Why is this topic important? And it's
It
important
is
and crucial.
important, especially to us, or you know, from the Caribbean, from Africa. If you're Asian, if you're Filipino, whoever you may be, Asian, you're very at risk because of your lifestyle, your diet. And the reason why it's important is because you people are dying young
Yes.
unnecessarily.
Yes. You know the information
And
you
I'm
shared
here
with me earlier.
and
If you could share that information as well.
the thing is, I'm just here to try and give you some knowledge so you can look after yourself and your family. Where are we now?
So yeah, it's you were explaining why this is
Yeah, I've said my bit, so
important
let's
and
move on.
relevant.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. So, okay, so this topic of diabetes is crucial for all viewers as it sheds light on the little known connection between the history of, I would say, abuse, which is self neglect, and the development or worsening of diabetes. And by discussing this topic, we can provide valuable education, holistic health insights, and support for, you know, our survivors. I'll say self neglect, which is abuse in itself, and it will help reduce the stigma. I would say more like lack of knowledge, and it encourages and prevents measures and emphasize the importance of mental health and overall well-being. Ultimately, it aligns with our mission of awareness, support, and personal growth for our audience.
Thank you very much. Well said. So, guys, I'm going to jump back straight in. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Please remember to hit the like button. Monia, I see you. Thank you for coming. My family's in the house. Trevor Sense, thank you too for coming. Everyone, go, guys. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. So, we want to understand more about diabetes. So, can you explain a bit more about diabetes to us? So, for many
Okay,
viewers listening, even people who have been told that they have diabetes, they might not understand the seriousness of this. So just give us a brief explanation about diabetes.
so I'm going to briefly explain the difference between you have two types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. The type 1 diabetes is when your body produces no insulin. Usually, it's maybe you're born like, or early onset, like when you're a baby or a young adult. And then type 2 diabetes is more like a mature onset. Maybe as you get older, your body isn't producing enough insulin. So that's the difference between the two.
Thank you very
Um,
much. So you would agree that both types of diabetes can have serious health consequences if not
they both
properly
do.
managed.
They both do if it's not properly managed.
Does that include heart disease, kidney problems, nerve damages,
So
and vision
yeah,
issues?
always when you're diabetic, the once you've been deemed diabetic, the first thing doctors do, they try to give you medication to protect your kidneys because that's one of the major impacts of diabetes. It can wreck your kidneys, right? So you want to protect your kidneys because you can end up with renal failure, chronic kidney disease. You can end up with strokes, heart attacks. For the men out there, you can get erectile dysfunction, which is impotence, meaning you can't get it up. Yeah.
Oh, okay, nurse. Okay, there. I want you to stop right there, men. Yeah, I want you to be listening, men. If you didn't know, if you're diagnosed with diabetes, it can affect you in the worst way. Because once you lose the use of you know where, some of you consider your life over. Just give me 1 second. I'm still having a little glitch. So, guys, as I was saying, if you are, um, if you're male listening, we know that men don't take care of themselves as much as women do. So please, Diabetes can affect you in the worst way. But I'm here and we're here to learn a lot more together. So, Nurse Jackson, I'm going to ask another question. Based on what you said last, here's a question. What are the potential long term health consequences, if any? I'm sure they are because you were explaining a few for someone diagnosed with type 1 or type 2 diabetes. So for type
Okay.
1, you can start with type 1, then 2.
So type 1 diabetes, this occurs when the immune system, um, well, when your body isn't really producing insulin. When your immune system mistakenly attacks and destroys the insulin producing cells in your pancreas. Without insulin, your body can't regulate the blood sugar, leading to high blood glucose levels. People with diabetes 1 require lifelong insulin therapy to manage their blood sugar levels. In terms of type 2 diabetes, this is characterized by insulin resistance, where your body's cells does not respond effectively to insulin. Over time, your pancreas can't keep up with the increased demand for insulin production, leading to elevated blood sugar levels. Type 2 diabetes is often associated with lifestyle factors like your diet, inactivity, meaning physical inactivity, and it can sometimes be managed with lifestyle changes, medication, or insulin therapy. Both type 1 and type 2 diabetes, as I've said before, can have serious impact or health consequences if not properly managed, including heart disease, kidney problems, nerve damage, vision issues such as blindness. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. Guys, I'm familiar with diabetes because my grandma was diabetic, and I think a few other people in the family were, and I'm still familiar with other people with it. But it's really is a serious thing because for some people with diabetes, if they get injured, let's say a cut on their hand, foot, or somewhere, and it decide it won't heal, they can actually lose their hand or their foot or wherever it is, you know. So it is a serious matter, and I think after we finish this live, I hope that you guys will take something from this because really and truly, as Nurse Jackson said, it's a lifestyle disease. So people who are diagnosed with diabetes 1, correct me if I'm wrong, Nurse, when they are early diagnosed, if they were to change their lifestyle, like let's say for example eating less sugar, less salt, it can it you know let's get involved with exercise and stuff like that, it can actually turn back the illness. Yes,
No,
Nurse.
not type
Not
1.
turn
Not
back, that's the
type
wrong word,
1.
but explain to me,
Yeah.
Nurse, that if you change your lifestyle it can make a huge
So, so
difference.
type 2,
Is it type 2, that one?
yeah,
Or
type
type 2?
2,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, it's correction, type 2.
Type 2, it's all about lifestyle and diet. Yeah. So, if you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, you can actually help yourself, meaning, and if you're limited, say you've got mobility issues like issues with walking, if you've got arthritis, if you're overweight, if you're able to walk, you walk.
Yeah.
Start walking every day. Change your diet. If you normally eat your dinner if you eat fufu or ackee and saltfish or whatever else it is you're eating, yam, banana, the rice, if you're eating that at 7 o'clock at night, when you eat that at 7 o'clock at night, what do? You go sit before the telly
Yeah, fall asleep.
and you fall asleep. And then you put on all this
All
weight,
this
and
weight.
the weight goes right to your middle.
Yeah.
So what you can do when you cook all of that food, and you gotta change it up. You gotta change it up. If you normally have fufu or ackee and saltfish or yam and banana or the callaloo or the liver, whatever it is you have every day,
Mm-hmm.
you change that maybe once a month. You treat yourself. You
Okay.
need to change it up. So all those carbs increases your blood sugar levels. It's like eating sugar.
Wow.
When you eat rice, it's like you're eating 10 spoonfuls of sugar. Look at it that
Are
way,
you
from that
serious?
perspective.
Like I
Yeah?
like rice. You're telling me I'm eating a lot of sugar? Wow.
No, I'm not saying it's almost like it's
Almost as
equivalent
okay.
to,
Two. Okay.
yeah?
It's equivalent,
It's
not the same.
equivalent to like shoving 10 spoonfuls of sugar down your throat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to incorporate a lot of vegetables in your diet.
Okay. Fruits and veg.
Fruits and veg. Not if you can have porridge in the morning, it's better for you because guess what? It's all about. You want all those slow release foods in your diet. So things that don't spike your blood sugars, carbs spike your blood sugars, the alcohol you drink spike your blood sugars.
Yeah.
All these what fast food that we eat nowadays, it spikes your blood sugars.
Yeah, I
And I'm not
understand.
saying some people once you've been told, or if you've been told you're pre-diabetic, if you've been told you're pre-diabetic, try and get your house in order, because you know what will happen
Mm-hmm.
once you're pre-diabetic, and if you don't act on it, you're gonna become diabetic,
Wow.
right? If you don't take action. So what that means, start exercising, lose the weight, change your diet.
Yes.
Maybe we can put up some, future, maybe we can put up like a kind of diet sheet, healthy diet sheet, maybe just to give people an idea like good carbs that you can eat slow release. Perhaps that's something we can look at if people are interested. We can
Yes.
do that
Yeah,
for
we
you.
can, we can, we can. That's a good idea. We'll discuss it and see how best we go about it. But yes, that's a good idea. The more you give is the better, really.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. That's good. All right, so moving on to the next question. Can you emphasize, please, can you emphasize the importance of diabetes awareness and management for us? Emphasize on that for me.
So and communities and healthcare systems, you know, for several compelling reasons.
Some of
Number
those
one, it
reasons.
costs millions. You know how much how much diabetes costs?
Yeah.
Okay, early detection and prevention. Yeah, if
Yes.
we can make people aware and educate individuals about the risk factors
Mm-hmm.
and symptoms of diabetes,
Yes.
and it this allows for timely intervention and lifestyle changes that can prevent or delay the onset of diabetes,
Yeah.
especially diabetes 2. Number one, it's gonna have a massive impact on the cost. Yeah, we're lucky we live in the UK, so you can afford your insulin. Once you're diabetic, your prescription is free. You don't have to pay. But remember, our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, maybe in the US, they have to pay for everything. They have to pay for healthcare. If you cannot afford insulin and you need insulin, what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna die.
Yeah.
For our poorer brothers and sisters in the developing countries like the Caribbean, throughout some of our African countries, not everybody can afford these things
True.
to extend your life. And it's like if you're poor, you're gonna die,
I know.
which is appalling.
It's sad to be sick. It's sad to be sick. For some people, in certain parts of the world, including our own country, Jamaica, because the
Yeah,
medication is just so expensive. Yeah.
It is very expensive. And then the when you look at the exchange rate, people can hardly afford to feed themselves and their families.
Yeah.
So going forward, like I said, it's all about education, prevention, and reduce complications. Effective diabetes management helps control blood sugar levels, reducing the risk of long term complications such as heart disease, kidney disease. I mean, if you have CKD, chronic kidney disease, you're gonna, at some point, it's got different stages. And if you get to the last stage, you're gonna be on dialysis.
Okay.
So, by reducing the complications, yeah, and reducing the vision loss, the nerve damage. This in turn will enhance the quality of life for the individuals living with diabetes. Also, it improves health outcomes. Yeah, the
Yeah.
proper management through medication, diet, exercise, and regular checkups leads to better health outcomes. It can lower the risk of your severe episodes of high blood sugar, reducing the need for hospitalization and emergency room visits. It also enhances the quality of life once you're educated. And it's so important when you have diabetes, you need to go on an education program
Yeah.
so you can know what your disease is and you can know the right foods that you need to eat and drink. Knowledge is power, right?
Absolutely. I agree.
So when individuals are educated about their diabetes and how to manage it, they have the tools to lead healthier, more active lives, and it positively impacts on your overall well-being, day-to-day function, and your family.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget the family is involved.
Yeah.
And if you're doing all these things, if you have children, young children, grandchildren, whatever it may be, if they see you having a healthier lifestyle, it will impact on them. So if you cook your meals at home instead of going to takeaway, no
Mm-hmm.
one say you can't have a takeaway now and again, but you can't live on takeaway,
No,
right?
because a lot of salt and a lot of this and a lot of that you wouldn't be adding to your meal at home, because outside food are cooked, you know, for you to buy it to taste
And
good,
then
and
you
God
don't,
knows all the
yeah.
seasoning and stuff that they add to it. Yeah.
So reducing the healthcare costs, as we mentioned earlier on, diabetes, imposes a significant healthcare cost. Raising awareness and promoting effective management can help reduce the economic burden on individuals, families, and healthcare system. So, if you're managing your disease well, your diagnosis well, it will mean that you can still work normally, you can contribute to society, and you're not dependent on anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And we can do this by empowering individuals as well. As we said, diabetes awareness empowers individuals to take control of your health. It encourages you to make informed decisions about your diet, your physical activity, and adhering to your medication. Meaning, when the doctor say you're diabetic and you need to take this tablet,
You must take it.
take it. And you don't take it for 1 month and say, "Oh, they didn't give me any more." You know how many times I've seen that? It's crazy.
That's true.
Or they tell you that, "Oh, the doctor tried killing me off."
Yeah. That
It's
that that's
crazy.
that's that's the attitude of a lot of our black men. Our black men just hate
Especially on
hate
men.
Our men don't like to go to see doctors about
And
nothing.
I'm telling you, if you don't take those tablets, you're going to be impotent,
Yeah.
meaning you can't get it up.
Hmm.
And I know men, you fear nothing more than that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
Yep.
Thank you, nurse. That's a lot, and that is so true. So really, in conclusion to the question asked, yeah. In conclusion, diabetes awareness and management are very important. They're vital for preventing a lot of the things you've mentioned. So people living with this chronic condition, they are to take note of whatever they are instructed to do by their doctor. Yeah,
They need to.
yeah,
They need to adhere to it.
yeah.
You're
Because
not the.
it can get real serious, from my understanding.
Yeah. And if they're giving you the medication and you're having side effects, don't just say, "Oh, I'm not taking it anymore because it's causing me to feel this." Yeah, some of the medications do give you side effects, but go and
Yes,
speak to
but
your
go back to
doctor.
the doctor if you're taking the
Go back.
medication prescribed and you're experiencing side effects. The right thing to do is not to put the tablets away and then just do without. Is to go back to the doctor for them to prescribe you something else that your body will accept. So please,
Yeah,
guys, I'm mainly speaking to you because I know ladies, we like to, we're more prone to doing things right, but men, you are very reluctant to look out your health sometimes because you think, as she mentioned, Nurse Jackson mentioned earlier, is that we're men are quick to go to the bush doctor or to say, oh, I can mix this up, that can work, this can. Sometimes it needs a little bit more than that. Not to say that herbal medicine is not good, but I'm just saying sometimes it's okay to go to the doctor and do
and if
as you're
you're
asked.
taking herbal medications along with the medications that your doctor has prescribed, you need to speak to your doctor because some of it will cause the medication that the doctor's prescribed not to work.
Mm-hmm. True.
So you need to discuss these issues with your doctor. I don't know, when you have diabetes, all of a sudden you become a doctor yourself.
I know, right?
This is crazy.
Nurse, thank you so much. That's a whole lot of information to take in. So much that I'll have to start checking myself and my nutrition intake just the same. What say you viewers? I'm sure that you're hearing or have heard or will hear a lot of things that you have never heard before, and you will also check yourself. Nurse Jackson, give me a minute. I'm just gonna go through my comment section and to check if we have any questions there, and welcome our new viewers to the live stream. So just give me a minute, let me go in there. I might have questions asked that you have to answer, so I'll let you know if that's the case.
That's
So
fine.
we'll wrap
That's
up this
okay.
segment by doing just this. EK, welcome to the live stream. Live stream. I swear I want ice cream. I swear I said that live stream. Welcome to the live stream, guys. I just dropped something and I can't find it. Welcome, welcome, my brother, Experienced African, over there. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Come on in. Okay, so we'll give him a minute. Monia, she's learning. She's learning. I'm glad you're learning or you're hearing something that is useful. And then MTC said, "Oh no, I don't go to bush doctor. I get my regular visit." That's very good to hear. A lot of men will not say that because they don't go to hospital. A lot of men go to doctor when it is too late. Yes,
Exactly.
when it's too late. There was a guy in Jamaica, high blood pressure. We will touch that topic next week, and he has been experiencing all the symptoms, to do with high blood pressure, and he was advised go to the doctor, go to the doctor. And when he finally decided to go to the doctor, when he went there, the doctor said if you had come at least one day earlier, you would be saved. He died because he just didn't go. Yeah, so it's stuff like that. Um, Jackie, welcome into the live. EK asked a question earlier. Let me see if he was just talking. Hold on, I'm checking through this. I think my picture was okay. So Ike said, I think my last physician wasn't accurate because he wasn't fasting. So he said the morning I had cranberry juice, orange juice, and coffee. Is that blood work accurate or false? I think he went for some test. Why are you asking, Ike?
If you're going for a test, you should just drink water, plain water.
Okay, so I don't understand the question clearly. If whether it's a question, proper question, Ike, because I can't make sense fully of it. But Nurse Jackson says if you're going for a certain test or specific test, then you just drink water. Don't drink coffee, cranberry, orange juice together. Just drink water. I know, like if you're going to have certain procedure done, they will always tell you don't eat or drink anything from 6 p.m. in the night or
you follow
just
the
water in the morning.
instructions. So, yeah. Follow what they say.
So it's for you now, Ike, to follow the instructions that you're given by your doctor slash surgeon, if you're going to have any procedure. I just see Angie Hart in the house. Welcome, cuz. How you doing? Welcome. Lovely to see you. I've got Good Vibes K. Yo, turn it up. Good Vibes K. Welcome into the live, sister. It's lovely to have you here. They said my sugar was high. Okay, so EK said he had the cranberry juice, orange juice, and the coffee when he went for the test, and they said that his sugar level was high and was at yellow.
So what they should
diabetes. Do. So he said it was at yellow to diabetes.
What they should do. So did they diagnose him with diabetes?
So because the reading was high at the yellow, EK, were you diagnosed with diabetes, or they're just saying because of the reading it was too high on the day? You need some yoga lessons. Okay, Goga with yoga, or yoga with Goga. We have Angie here. She would like some lessons. Yes. Anyone else for lessons, please say, so we can hook you up with Goga. It's not.
So the thing is, if you've been diagnosed initially, if you have a high blood sugar
I get you, Monia. A lot of regular exercise does help, especially if you eat well. For me, oh God, I won't say too much, but for me, I do eat a lot of sugar. And when I do eat sugars, if I have a very active day, nurse, is this bad? If I have, let's say, for example, I'm just wrapping up the summer season with gardening, and I would do like 3, 4, 5 gardens each day, and it requires energy. So I would have a lot of sweets, like sweet drinks, chocolate, donuts, those foolishness. But obviously, my work is very, very, very active. I'm very active. So does that mean I'll burn it off before I come home, or I still need to watch how much I eat?
You need to, especially as you age, right? Mm-hmm. Everything is within moderation, especially as you age. You're doing hard manual labor. Mm-hmm. You're using a lot of energy. Yeah, but if you're consuming too much sugar, who knows? I don't know. Your body is your body. You understand? And everybody is different. All I can advise: make sure you're eating healthily. Don't overdo it. Not too much sugar, not too much sweet. And the other thing I failed to mention as well, forgive me for not saying this, when you're diabetic, you need to be seeing the dentist on a regular basis because it does affect your oral health. You can get gum disease and you can lose your teeth. So that's another impact of diabetes.
Guys, if you didn't hear, repeat again, a replay. There's so much in here that you guys should know. Let me say a warm welcome to my sister, 8 Grace. She's amazing. Guys, please connect with 8 Grace. Her channel is one of those channels that continuously recommended my channel. She is listen, when this woman decided to call Abuse Inside Out, I can stay here in London and hear her calling me from America. Amazing. But yeah. Hello, Grace. Welcome. So Nurse EK said that the reading he received was the first in 22 years.
Okay, so if it's your first reading, you need to have it rechecked in 3 months.
So EK,
Usually
repeat
when
that check in 3 months, she said, and see if the reading is the same. But make sure that
and
you don't have coffee, orange juice, cranberry juice, and any other juice before you go and do the check. Just have plain water. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's that. Anyone with any questions in relations to this topic? Hey, Sissy, good to see you live and keep it up. Hey, Grace, yes, I will. This is the beginning off. So, yes, thank you. Appreciate the advice and support as always. Thank you very much. Okay, so I have one family member in the chat, Angie Hart. She said she's diabetic. Are you keeping up okay with that, cuz, or should we continue on the topic? But you can always listen to the replay to see if you missed anything or if you can find any goodies in what's been discussed. Yes, I can highlight the questions. Yes, I forgot about that, but yes.
Sorry to interrupt, right? But can we just interject and let everyone know? Because sometimes you might have the symptoms of diabetes, but you've not been diagnosed and you're ignoring it. So we'll go for the 4 T's, yeah?
So guys, listen to the 4 T's, please. They're very important T's.
So the 4 T's to know the signs of type 1 diabetes. If you're going to the toilet to pee regularly.
Hey, my sister, that's me. Oh.
If you're thirsty all the time. If you're tired all the time. And if you're losing weight. So, toilet, thirsty, tired, dinner.
What are you saying? I go to the toilet often. Are you saying I should go and check myself?
Yeah, you should.
Okay, guys, so I fall in one of the T's.
Weight loss meaning you're not actively trying to lose weight,
but you're losing the weight.
Losing weight, and you can't explain why.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, did you get that? Well, she just tell me about one of the T's. I'm gonna have to check myself. But I think mine is linked to something else, nurse. I think it's to do with fibroid rather than diabetes.
Maybe.
But I have to check myself when it comes to sugar intake. I'm seriously saying this because I am going to too much sugar.
And then you can get a lot of thrush with diabetes. So that's one of the other side effects when your sugars are too high.
Nurse Jackson, we have a request.
Yes.
Good Vibes K is asking to receive. Good Vibes K is asking you please to repeat the 4 T's.
So the 4 T's, right? The 4 T's. You're going to the toilet, meaning you're going for a wee more often, especially at night. Thirsty, meaning you're constantly thirsty and not being able to quench it, like your thirst cannot be quenched. You're tired all the time. You're tired and you have no energy. You have unexplained weight loss, meaning you're losing weight without trying or looking thinner than usual. Or you're having a lot of thrush down there. It happens in men and women. If you have cuts or wounds that are taking longer to heal, yeah. And you could also you could have genital itching, meaning around that area.
Yeah.
And you could have blur. So like your eyesight might be blurred. You might have blurred eyesight.
Okay, guys, that's the T. Repeat. But before I jump into the other part of the program, EK said that he said, "No man, give me multiple prescriptions and eat healthy. So what's more important than vegetables? Because that's all I eat." So what's left for him to eat is air. So what?
What type of vegetable? No, you can have healthy carbs. But sweet potatoes are fine. You can have sweet potatoes. You can have like bulgur wheats. You can have. No one is saying you can't have carbs, but the type of day that you have carbs as well matters.
Right. EK, you listening? So aside from vegetables, it doesn't mean you have to always have vegetables. Basically, what nurse is saying. You can have carbs, but it just depends
Healthy
the
carbs.
healthy ones. But it depends as well on the time of day that you eat. Yeah. Monia, you only caught three of the T's. There's a thing called replay. We're gonna replay it for you. Hold on, don't move it here. All right. So okay. So Kay said, okay, don't okay, I don't have all them things, but my eyes, there's something else, right? Okay, so don't worry. I'm in the eyes thing with you.
What's wrong with the eyes?
Okay, what's wrong with your eyes? She said. But what's wrong with my eyes? They're dry. So I have to
If you have
use
blurred
drops
vision,
4 times a day.
if you have blurred vision, it can be a sign of high blood pressure, undiagnosed high blood pressure as well. It's a possibility.
It's okay. She's saying that it could be high blood pressure that is causing the eye problems. Um, my eyes
So
are
get your
dry.
blood pressure checked.
Yeah.
Get your blood pressure checked or get an eye check. You could have pressure in your eyes. Yeah.
So I will add to the eye thing, Kay. So my eyes, they were perfect. They were fine until I was working in summer and something just hit me in my eye. A piece of wood limb, Jamaican talk. Tree limb just poof, and just slapped me in my eye. Yeah. I thought I was blind, but from that my eyes became blurry, both of them. And then I went to get some eye checks done, like intensive, everything done to the eye. And they were quite fine. They were healthy. And what I was told, the blurriness is dryness. So what causes the blindness could be a combination of two things from me. So one, I run a cleaning company, so the chemical could be affecting my eyes. When you squirt the chemical, even if you're in the whole in the house cleaning, you have to be careful with the chemicals that you use because once you squirt, just like it pores on your skin, when you spray the chemical, it goes into your pores. So obviously it can go into your eye as well. And then the next thing, K, this is where you might come in. It also, the dryness of the eyes, hence the blurriness, can be because of the computer. So it depends on your type of job and then your YouTubing. So if you're someone who would constantly keep looking at the computer, concentrating, not blinking, and you're there not taking breaks, that can affect your eyes as well. So do have it checked. It might not be anything serious, but it could be dry eye, just like I'm experiencing. And trust me, it's blurry when it gets to looking at
And
certain fine writing. So
can we
yeah,
say, and can we
glad to
just
see you,
say,
8th Grace. Thank you for being
anyone is
here.
experiencing all those symptoms, the 40s, you need to seek emergency medical attention.
I think Monia has all the tea. She said toilet, so she goes regular. Thirsty, she always wants to drink. And tired, she do too much YouTubing. And then blurry eyes. Okay, our good vibes. Monia Arkia, who? We shall don't have those teas. Check it out, please, because we might be laughing and it could be something serious. But it could
Just
be
go get
something else.
yourself checked.
Oh,
Because
Monia.
the thing
So
is,
you're pregnant. Oh, you're
if
pregnant. Sorry. Hold on, nurse. Congratulations on your pregnancy. I hope you do have twins or triplets. Yeah. Or fourlets or tentlets. So you don't go back again. Yeah. Ike said that his condition might be down to old, getting old. Ike, move your backside. You're just 40 something. Seriously?
tell him get his prostate checked.
Uh, Trev, go and have your checks, EK, please. What checks should we get EK to have? Just go and check.
His
Repeat that.
prostate check. Yeah.
But how we move from diabetes to prostate? They're related?
Because As if he's saying
Hmm.
what you just mentioned, I would say get your prostate. Once you get to a certain age, you need to get your prostate, especially black men, because sometimes you can have an enlarged prostate, and you might get a pain, like feel like you're not emptying your bladder completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay, so EK said his prostate is good. Nice one. And Monia, okay, it was when you were pregnant with your daughter, and from then, well, that's your afterbirth effect or side effect.
and
Because
don't
after my
forget,
son, I just have this tiredness about me. I just always want to sleep. Yeah.
you can get gestational diabetes.
Well, Trev, I just realized she ain't, but I am giving her pregnancy. So Monia, by next week or so, you shall be pregnant. In Jesus' name, Amen.
Oh
Oh Lord.
gosh.
All right. So yeah, twin is good. Yeah, twin is good. One time and no going back. So we're gonna jump into the second segment of this topic. So nurse, you're going back into the hot seat. Are you ready?
Uh, okay.
So the whole time I've been muted. Bye. Okay, guys, my son just came and said to me, Mommy, I can't hear nothing. You know, the idiot mute the something and I realize. All right, guys, I'm playing with my thing here. I'm muted. Thank you very much. It is good. You know, one of them things, yeah? Yeah. My hands is just busy doing too much. So, guys, I must tell you, I have my son in the next room, and he is 11 years old, and he is guiding me like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. So, when I mute the thing for a minute, it's just that he just opened the door and he's saying something to me in regards to the live stream. Yeah. Y'all don't have no son guiding you? Tough. I share mine with you. So, the next segment here is unmasking the hidden impact. So, nurse, I'm putting you back into the hot seat. Please explain to us, or can you explain some of the hidden impact of diabetes on individuals who may have experienced abuse? Nurse Jackson, give us some answers on this one, please.
So the hidden impact of diabetes on these individuals who have experienced abuse can be complex and multifaceted. And it's important to acknowledge that the experience of abuse can make it challenging or makes the situation worse, and consequences of managed diabetes in several ways. So if the individual is struggling with their mental health, yeah, survivors of abuse may be dealing with mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, PSTD, post traumatic stress disorder. The added stress of managing diabetes can worsen these conditions and make it more challenging to cope, meaning they will self neglect, or if they're living in a, you know what I've noticed, if someone, as a chronic illness and say they have mental health issues, after a while, I've noticed it myself. It's an observation I've observed.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, some members will begin to ignore you. So they want you, but if you don't care, we don't care, and that's it.
Exactly. Just like the saying, if you don't care, doctor doesn't care.
Yeah, and so the person ends up neglecting themselves as well as the whole family just ignore and neglect them. Yeah,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
so there's no help. I mean, in this country, if there's such a situation and it's picked up, they can be offered, assistance and some sort of intervention. But what happens in the diaspora, where we're in Africa, in the Caribbean or other developing countries, who advocates for these people?
Yeah.
So that in itself can lead to self self what's the word, self, when you self um mutilate, self um you isolate. And I don't remember if you guys remember this incident where this woman, because she was overweight, she lived with her family, she just sat in that sofa day in day out.
What?
She developed a pressure ulcer and she died
What?
stuck to that sofa.
Oh my God.
It
So
was
she basically
a
shaped
few
out
years
in that
ago.
sofa. Oh
It
no.
was it happened quite a few years ago. It was in the news.
I never heard of it.
Yeah. So you see how we can overlook each other.
Yes.
So we just need to care a little bit more about your friend, your neighbor, if you know your neighbor, your friend,
Yeah.
or your family member is going through things like that.
Yeah.
Support them.
True. True. Checking on them.
Support
Checking on
them.
them.
Checking on them. Oh, how is it? Shall we check your blood sugars today? Oh, I
Yeah.
haven't done it. How you feeling? Help them.
Yes. Yes. It's important. We have to check on
So
our loved
some,
ones.
yeah, and sometimes they blame themselves, and you know, I mean, if you're with your family and you're not supporting them, and anything, God forbid, should happen to them, if you survive, you may feel guilty. You have guilt or blame yourself all the time. Yeah, or the individual themselves will blame themselves. Oh, I shouldn't have eaten so much. Oh, I'm so depressed. I should have done that. I should have eaten this, or I should have checked my blood sugars. Yeah, this can make, if you have bad mental health, it will just extend into the management, your poor management of your diabetes. Yeah, and they'll be blaming themselves for their health condition. And it's just a knock on effect, leading to negative self image, hindering their ability to effectively manage and care for themselves.
Hmm.
Also, it can lead to, not seeking care for themselves. Yeah, and I mean, if you've got money, people can abuse you. People can, financially abuse you. I mean, if you're in that place, you can be sexually abused.
Yeah.
Abuse come in all forms. People can gaslight you. People can move into your property. Next thing you know, you have people living in your house that you don't even want them in there. You don't know how to get them out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So those are some of the implications. I mean, they might have developed coping mechanisms. Yeah, some individuals may turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms such as smoking, overeating, or they're drinking a lot, and I mean alcohol, which isn't good.
No.
Or they might resort to recreational drugs, which can make their symptoms worse or complicate the management. And like we said, social and financial and social barriers. Yeah, so as we said, they might face like in the or poor brothers and sisters, they might have financial constraints, yeah, or
Yes.
social isolation. So if you're living with somebody and because it does, diabetes does affect, if your sugars are too high, it affects women as well in terms of, because it affects the sensations you'll feel down below. So you might not be like really in the mood to be intimate. So your partner or your other half might find, why don't you want to be intimate? And it can cause a breakdown in the relationship if you're dependent on that person financially.
Hmm.
It it's just a knock-on effect.
So some of the other you probably have said it, but maybe not. So some of the consequences of managing diabetes, could also be mental health struggles. Like survivors of
Yeah,
abuse
a
may
lot of
already
mental
be
health
dealing with
struggles.
mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, or post traumatic stress disorder (PDS)
Mm-hmm.
P,
Yeah, yeah.
PTSD. Yeah, which
Mm-hmm.
added stress of managing their diabetes and can worsen their conditions. And then you have
Yeah.
this self blame and guilt, where some survivors of abuse may carry feelings of guilt or self blame, which can extend to their diabetes management. They also might blame themselves for their health condition, leading to, as you said, neglect self image and hindering their ability to effectively manage their diabetes. Then you have,
Mm-hmm.
what do you say, financial and social barriers, where survivors of abuse may face financial constraints of social isolation due to their past experiences. And some of these barriers can limit their access to healthy food, medication, or support system, making diabetes management more difficult too. And there are quite a few more on the list. It goes
And
on.
the thing is as well, we have to face it. If you're unemployed and you're diabetic, how are you gonna afford treatment?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So this is where the community comes into play. So,
mhm.
or churches, or or
Support networks.
organizations,
Yeah,
support networks. We can do in our community. You can start grassroots support groups.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
think out of the box. So in the more developed countries, you'll have all these extra supports organizations and advocacy groups to support and help you with your mental and health and well-being. Saying that, no one can force you to engage. So if you don't want to engage, I've seen it happen. You can self-neglect
Yeah.
and you can make unwise decisions. Yeah, so if you choose not to engage and you refuse to, there's nothing anyone can do.
True.
But if you engage and you support
So thank you for that. It's a lot to take in. So jumping straight into the next one, can you briefly explain the potential connection between trauma, stress, and the development of exacerbation of diabetes?
Okay, several mechanisms can help to explain this relationship. Hormonal changes, trauma and chronic stress can trigger the release of stress hormones like cortisol, adrenaline. A lot of cortisol is associated, especially around menopause. And if you're highly stressed, like you're always high on adrenaline because of your job. Over time, prolonged exposure to high level of these hormones can lead to insulin resistance, a key factor in type 2 diabetes. Insulin resistant means that the body cells don't respond well to insulin, making it harder for glucose to enter the cells and causing elevated blood sugar levels.
Mhm.
Unhealthy coping mechanisms. Some individuals may have experienced trauma or chronic stress, may turn to unhealthy coping mechanism. We've already said that: overeating, smoking, excessive alcohol consumption to numb their pain
Yeah.
and their distress. Yeah. These can contribute to weight gain, poor lifestyle choices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emotional eating, disturbed sleep patterns, insomnia, inflammatory response, trauma and chronic stress can lead to inflammation in the body. So some individuals may avoid healthcare because of their past trauma that they've experienced. I mean,
Yeah.
if you've had one really bad experience, you just might not want to see a doctor ever again. I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Lifestyle choices. The trauma and chronic stress can afflict an individual's ability to make healthy choices, including diet and physical activity. They might have that fatalistic mindset. Yeah, I don't care.
Hmm.
I'm just doing what makes me happy. And they die being happy that way.
Yeah.
Genetic factors, while not a direct result of trauma or stress, genetic factors can also play a role. Some individuals may have a genetic predisposition to both stress related conditions and diabetes.
Hmm.
It's important to note that not everyone who experiences trauma or chronic stress will develop
Develop
diabetes.
diabetes. Yeah. Yeah.
The relationship is complex and influenced by various factors, including genetics, individual resilience. However, understanding this connection highlights the importance of addressing both emotional well-being, physical health when providing care, and just supporting support to individuals who have experienced trauma and chronic stress. So basically, your mental health is really important, and if you're not coping well with that, that needs to be addressed in
Yeah.
order for you to just better look after yourself and cope.
Yeah. Okay. So the information is a lot, but I have to ask because I heard diabetes. I heard of diabetes. I know of diabetes. From a teenager growing up. Um, hmm, there's just so much about it now. I realize, but with all the information that you have shared, surely there are coping strategies and support available. Correct?
Call ended.
All right. Nurse Jackson has gotten disconnected, so I'm gonna have to get her back. In the meantime, let me go through some of your questions. Jesus, this thing's gonna ring loud. So, Ike, I'll ask nurse about the alcohol intake. Don't know if she knows that, but she probably does. But let me get her back on the phone. I hope her battery did not die. Or is it the speaker? Nurse Jackson, guys, hold on a minute. I think let me get her connected. I don't know if it's the speaker that went out. It can't because it's plugged in. You ever hear them say when it rains, it pours? Crosses, same thing. Wait, let me see if I can connect you back to the speaker. Guys, if you didn't know, Nurse Jackson is unable to connect through her computer, so she's connecting with me through my mobile, and then I connect with my speaker so that you guys can hear. And don't ask me because it's something I turn back on. Crosses.
Battery 10%.
Connected to who 30.
Josh Jackson, can you say something? Let me see if you're connected, please. Josh Jackson? No, not yet. Let me just check that I don't have any other Bluetooth connected to this thing. Who's that? I'm trying to connect the call. Hold on. Bluetooth.
Who 30. Disconnected. Ready to pair.
Apologies, guys. I'm coming.
Connected to who 30.
What's up, nurse?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So, apologies for that. You got cut off. I don't know what happened
Oh
there.
yeah. Let me just get straight into answering the question,
So the
yeah?
question was to explain to us what sort of
Good
coping
strategy.
strategies and support information are out there for people who are diagnosed with diabetes.
So, some of the strategies and support mechanisms that you can share and manage the potential impact of trauma, stress, and your diabetes. You need to seek professional help first and foremost. Yeah.
Yes.
So you seek support from your mental health professionals, such as your therapists, your counselors who specialize in trauma and stress management. Establish a support network with your family, your friends, or your church, or whatever your group is. Um, Practice mindfulness, love yourself, practice self love, mindfulness, and relaxation techniques. You know how much you can take and how much you cannot take. And when you can't take it anymore, you just disengage and find your quiet space and time. If you believe, if you have a higher belief, you look at your belief and your support system that way, and you pray and you ask for, that inner strength and help, if that helps. So you can also, when you exercise, it releases the good endorphins, so it can help to reduce the stress. So if you don't have money to go to a gym, you can walk. Walking is good. It improves your mood and it helps, you can walk and it helps your mood and can help improve your, your diet, and in combination with your diet can improve your blood sugars. Also, you need to stick to your diet. Yeah, you might get to a point where like you feel like, oh, I'm always eating this type of food. I'm fed up with eating it now. But like I said, you know, it's your health and well-being, and you have to do the right thing
Sure.
to manage to stay in that well zone. And sleeping is important because your body needs sleep to repair itself. If you're not getting adequate sleep, you need to see your doctor so you can discuss what's causing your lack of sleep, and they can always prescribe. You can discuss it and take it from there. You must take your medications as prescribed. If they say take 1 milligram, it don't mean you're going to take 2 milligram as you please, or you take half a milligram, because you're not gonna have the therapeutic dose that you require, or you take it for 1 day or 2 days and you stop, or you feel like, oh, you know more than the doctors and you don't take it. So those are some of the issues. And you can set goals and targets, and said, okay, I used to eat, like, okay, if you eat fufu or like lots of hard food, or you love your rice, you can say, okay, as of this week, I'm gonna reduce. So maybe you manage to go once a week, with just rice until you can do a month or whatever it is. You understand?
Yeah.
You can swap your rice for bulgur wheat, quinoa, cauliflower rice, sweet potatoes, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And educating yourself. You need to educate yourself about your disease. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And well, psychoeducation. I mean, you have to understand the relationship between your trauma and stress. Well, not everyone will have that insight, so you need professional help.
Yeah.
So if you're around someone who has diabetes and they're not really engaging and taking care of themselves, maybe you can support that individuals and empower them, and support them with their meal planning, their meal preparation. If they don't know how to cook, you can teach them, support them how to make healthier meals.
Yeah.
And as I say, your support group is important. So, maybe you can approach somebody in your church, in your community, and, get the help that you need if you can't afford certain things. Or you go to a charity, maybe they can help. So, um, and as I say, just engage with your healthcare professional. They're the best people who can help you manage your diabetes well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So always, and another thing to bear in mind, always have your emergency contacts available in case they need immediate assistance during times of emotional distress. So if you're having a hypo or whatever, you need to discuss what to do, who to call, or what to contact. A lot of times you can set your phones on. There are so many apps nowadays to support and help you. So that's important.
Yes.
By seeking, another thing is by seeking the help and support that you need and calling on others to help, it's a sign of inner strength, yeah, and it's not a weakness. Don't ignore sometimes people they ignore things and they procrastinate. You procrastinate because you're out of fear.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's not you lazy or you want to self neglect. It's
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know. It's the unknown.
Yes.
So asking for help and support will help you. If you're an older person, you don't understand technology, ask a younger person, can you help me? How can I access? Can you tell me? Go to your local library. They have libraries. You can
Yes.
go. If you've got a local library, you can go get information. You can use computers for free. But as I always point out, go to your healthcare professional. Yeah, always seek their information and stick with your healthcare professional advice.
Yes.
Don't go off target and go and do your own thing or think you know what's best for you. Follow your doctor's advice.
Yeah, and I agree with you in saying that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. So right there, where agree on all that you said. This will take me to the next question. We're going to quickly do this so we can wrap up. So, can you please emphasize the importance of seeking professional help and support? So it sort of ties in with what you said about um, with the last question there about seeking help. So can you emphasize on that a little bit further?
Yeah, so your healthcare provider, we can't stress that enough, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
If you have mental health issues, you need to see whoever it is that helps you with your mental health,
Mm-hmm.
because by dealing with it, you can better manage your illness, your diabetes. Um, you need their expert care and guidance. You
Mm-hmm.
need them.
Yes.
Yeah, they're the ones that's gonna educate you. They're the ones that's gonna offer the guidance, tailored for your own unique situation. It's not one size fit all for everybody. Everybody's different,
Hmm.
and you'll get the holistic care that you need. So they'll address your mental and your emotional and your physical. Yeah, that is important. So this holistic approach ensures that your emotional distress is not ignored while managing your diabetes. And obviously, you'll be monitored on a regular basis. That's why it's important to see a doctor so you can be monitored if you're going off target. So when you go and see a doctor, they'll probably monitor your blood sugars like on a 3 monthly, 6 monthly, yearly basis, whatever it is your healthcare provider decides. You make sure you attend your appointments, because if you're, say you're improving and for whatever reason your blood sugar spikes, they can address the issues there and maybe increase your medication or what went wrong, and that can be addressed.
Yeah.
So, um, and then if you have issues, you know, that you feel like you can't disclose to your family members or anyone else, you can approach your healthcare professional and they'll be able to support you. There are safe spaces for you to disclose your experience or whatever related trauma or stress um, that is affecting you and it's impacting your care and management of your diabetes. And it's crucial for your healing. Being open is crucial for your healing.
Yes.
And obviously, as I said before, your treatment is unique to you.
Yes.
So they'll tailor make your treatment for what is affecting you at that particular time and help you to make the support you with your lifestyle changes and choices. Remember, they can't do it for you, they can only suggest. The rest of it has to come from you. You have to put in the work
Yes.
because no one can force you to do. They can only advise, but you have to get up and actually do the work.
You have to do what's best for you. If you're not willing to take part in your own recovery, then others won't be willing to
Yeah.
do that.
And as I said, in terms of if you're living in the diaspora, I mean, in our community, it's a big taboo when you have mental health issues, like people are, oh, this one is crazy, and it's shush, shush, and hush, hush. Yeah. We need to embrace our sisters and brothers
Yes.
who are experiencing acute mental health illness and try and find the support for them. Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
meaning whether it's through the community charities, the churches. So many of our churches are there. They can play a role as well by helping these individuals,
Hmm.
providing the funds. You
Yes.
can have a big sale, a charity sale to help with funding for these individuals to get the treatment that they need. You have to be innovative in the way you think to
Yes.
help. I mean, so we talk about the mental health and how we can get the help and the strategies and the coping mechanisms. And make sure you're taking your medication. Take your medications, people. I
Medication, please. Take a medication as it's
take
prescribed.
your medication
Don't
as
take it today,
prescribed.
tomorrow, and feel better and say no more. Keep
Or
taking.
say, oh,
Take it.
I took it, I didn't take it for one whole week. Why? What are you hoping to achieve?
Yeah, I think we're like that. I'm like that too. I don't have a long term illness, but if I do go to the doctor and I'm prescribed something, once I take it for maybe 1 week, or let's say they say 1 month. If I take it for 2 weeks and I feel better, I just stop. Yeah, we
There
do
you
do that.
go.
We do that. But if you're diabetic, it's different. You have to take your medication and have your insulin if you're on insulin, or else your situation will only get worse. I haven't answered your
Diane.
question yet, Sister K. I'll get to it in a minute. Oh, she had. I had to leave it with you. No, I haven't answered your question yet, so we'll get to your question shortly. Good vibes, K. That's coming up. So, nurse, thank you so much. The information is so much. I don't think I remember even half of what you've said, but the video will always be here. And also, guys, I mean, if you've missed anything, then you can just listen from the beginning. Now, a part of this video will be removed because we had a lot of issues at the beginning, but you can do the replay. Excuse me. You can hit replay and hear a few things that you might have missed. So, Nurse Jackson, we have one more question for you before we close off. All right, here we go. Explain the role of self care, mental health, and emotional well being in managing diabetes and healing from abuse. Give us some information on that, please.
So, where what page man? I just saw it. Yeah, 1 second.
Or should I say, is it possible? So we are at the end. Is it possible, yeah, for you to enlighten us, about the role of self care, mental health, and emotional well being in managing diabetes and healing from abuse?
So, self care, it's all about making healthier choices, such as maintaining a balanced diet, engaging in regular physical activity, maintaining, and staying away from stress and drama. Yeah, these lifestyle changes are fundamental to managing your diabetes effectively. Adhering to your medication, monitoring your blood sugars, pre meals, um, making sure educating yourself about your illness is important as well. So if you know the impact of this illness on your body and how badly it can affect your body, you will take all the necessary steps to minimize that impact.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of your mental health, as I said before, you have different stages of mental health. You have anxiety, you have got PSTD. Some of these situations need you need to see a um a registered licensed medical practitioner that can help you with these mental health crises or issues that you're having. You have to engage. Sometimes, as I said, yeah, self care. If the person can't do, like, literally be independent in effecting their own self care, sometimes someone needs support
Mm-hmm.
so they can, yeah. So, in terms of their mental health and well being, they will need support and help in obtaining or getting the care that they need or providing the care that they need. So sometimes family members or friends will have to get involved to ensure that this person gets the right place, whether it's a hospital or whatever treatment is available in your country, in your environment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then counseling, if you can't afford counseling, perhaps talking to your local pastor or community leaders, whatever. I'm trying to just cover the basis with people who cannot really afford counseling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you can there, if you're in the UK, there's lots of counseling available free. You just discuss it with your GP and they can signpost you. If you're living in the developing countries, the other diaspora where that's not readily available and it's quite expensive
Mhm.
to obtain, then you can literally try and see your local hospital, because I know most countries have mental health resources set up. So it's just accessing that and
Mhm.
finding ways to access it and getting the support. If you need to talk to someone about your anxiety or whatever issues, somebody you trust, somebody you trust that you can discuss, you can talk to, you can go and spend the day, even if you just want to lie down and say, "Oh, can I just come by, have a lie down, just to get away from whatever it is that's bothering you." So it's just finding a way, your own way around things. And as I said before, not everyone will be able to recognize, but it just means that we need to support those individuals who aren't able to recognize, to just support them in obtaining these the support.
So, in summary, you'd say then self care, mental health support, and emotional well being play vital roles in managing diabetes and healing from abuse.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fair to say these aspects empower individuals to take charge of their health, navigate emotional changes, and embark on a journey towards recovering
And
and well being.
sometimes people may never get to that point, but
Yeah,
it's about supporting the individual,
yes,
just supporting them. Some people never get there. You just have
and
to
it's
support.
also, individuals also must be willing in some ways to take part in their own recovery, because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can do as
Some
much supporting as you
individuals,
want, but
the
some
thing
people are
is,
not
some
just.
individuals can, but some individuals will not have that capacity to do it
Mhm.
mentally. They won't be able to. So they're gonna need that constant support. Some individuals will be like that. If you've got learning disabilities, if you've got cognitive impairment, if you've got a family member with dementia, are they gonna manage your diabetes? You gotta support them.
Yes, yes, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nurse Jackson, thank you so much for taking the time out to join me on this discussion. It has
You're
truly been an
welcome.
insightful one for me, and I'm sure for a lot of viewers. Um, yeah, so we're going to have a quick return to the comment section to see the questions, if any, asked. And I think Good Vibes K had asked a question earlier. She said, any advice on PCSO? I don't know what PCSO is. Do you?
Polycystic over syndrome. Polycystic over syndrome.
Okay. Any advice on that? She asked.
So if you got polycystic over syndrome, it depends on your age. If you want to have a family, it does impact on your fertility, right? So if you're planning, if you're a certain age and you've not had a child, I mean, the younger you are, I'm not saying you should go out there and get pregnant early, but the younger you are, the better the outcome will be. Polycystic over syndrome. I know that in the past, one of the treatment was metformin. They give metformin to help with that. But when you have polycystic over syndrome, as you age, it can be, they've done studies on it, and it can contribute to diabetes when you get into menopause and stuff like that. So I'm not sure what the question. It's a broad. The question she's posed is quite broad, so
So, okay,
she
your
needs to
question
narrow
here
it
is
down.
quite broad. Can you narrow it down, or did she answer the question for you? Are you satisfied with the answer given? If not, can you narrow down the question a little bit to be more specific on what you want to hear? If not, then I take it that you're okay with it, with the answer given. Trev, I can't stand you all care. Can anybody go and help Sister Trev? Her car can't start. Yes. So guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for everyone who has joined me. And if you're listening to the replay, I appreciate your time. Trev, I'm gonna call you after the live, and then I'll see if I can help with your car. troubles. So, guys, if you did get a chance to watch live and you have any question, or if you did watch the live and still have some questions and you never got a chance to ask, it's not too late. You can ask the question in the comment section under this video, or you can email directly those questions, and we will answer them later, or in the comment section, or on a separate live, just Q&A. In addition, if the viewers want to share their experiences or tips for managing diabetes and coping with abuse, please do so in the comment section as well. So, if there aren't any more questions, I am going to close off. Yes, Trev, sell the battery and buy your car. So, guys, I'm going to close this off. We've gone over the 2 hour mark, but I'm going to cut a bit out so it's still good. So, in closing today's discussion, it has been an eye-opening journey for many. I know for me for sure, because I didn't know that diabetes is so much, and it can affect us in so many different ways. Anywho, it's important to remember that healing is possible and managing diabetes effectively is within reach. Healing is not for all, I should say, because if you leave things too late, nurse, it can get to a point of no return. Yes, nurse? So the best thing is to seek medical help, and don't leave it until when you do make it to the doctor, they tell you it's too late. So I want to emphasize that seeking professional help and support is a crucial step in this journey. Whether you're living with diabetes, have experienced abuse, or both.
Seeking help early.
Seeking help early, yes. You don't have to face these challenges alone, yes? So reach out to your healthcare professional and therapist. Those are the people who can help you most. And remember, don't suffer in silence. Nurse, have you got anything to add?
No, my final words just I hope people will take, whoever is hearing or listening, that you're able to take this
Nurse.
Yeah.
So remember, your well-being matters, nurse, and your experiences do not define your worth. Yes? We hope today's conversation has shed light on the importance of self-care, mental health, and emotional well-being in your journey towards healing and diabetes management. So thank you all for joining us today. Your presence and engagement in this important conversation are a testament to your strength and resilience. We look forward to continuing to provide support and insights on here. What is here called? What is here called, nurse?
Abusing sides.
Abusing sides. What's the theme? Healthy insights.
Healthy insights.
Please like and share, guys, with others. Share the channel out, and help us to reach more individuals who may benefit from these discussions.
Thanks everyone for listening, and thanks for having me, Dalian.
Thank you too for coming. Wishing you all good health, emotional healing, and brighter tomorrow. Take care, guys, and remember that you are not alone on this journey. And remember, if you have a friend or a family member, do check in on them if you don't see them. Because sometimes, especially if they're in, their high age group, they're climbing up the ladder, or they're dropping down, whichever way you want to put it. Do check on them, because you never know. So I thank you everyone for coming. Trev Essence, I'm coming to help you with the old piece of car. Monia, thank you for joining me, sister. Good vibes, K. Experience African, Goga, EK, and all the other names I don't remember. Jackie, yes, knowledge. Thank you all so much. MTC, appreciate you guys. So guys, I'm going to be doing this every Saturday, UK time 9 p.m. I've already put my my topic up. So if you have any question prior to that topic we'll discuss next, do have them ready. If you still have any question relating to this live, you can still ask in the comments section. So I'm gonna go now. So peace out. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you guys and God bless you.
Bye.
And Nurse Jackson says thank you and goodbye. I'm trying to find my stuff. So while you're doing that, I'll do this.
All right, Dalian. Good night.
Thank you, Nurse. Take care. Goodbye. Off screen. Off you go.
Yeah. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.
Oh, ended.
Call ended. Me and Una alone now. Thanks, Monia. You can go now. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. My son, don't come out here yet. Mommy is not finished. I'm just gonna close off. This was fun. This was very informative. No, you stay in there.
Thank you for watching. If you have not yet subscribed, why not do so today? And if you have listened to this video this far, please click the like button.
Thank you guys again. Kay, we'll talk about your age later. I'm out. God bless you. Love you guys. Thank you. Bye.